Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Teach Better Today. My name is Katie Miglin and I'm with Josh Stamper as we start your morning on Teach Better Today, where we go live every single morning at 7 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Central, and really early any other part of the world. We are excited you were with us today. We've got some fun conversation today about kind of bucket list items, some trips coming up, all that good stuff. So stick around. But while you're waiting for us, go ahead and drop in the chat who you are, where you're from, and what do you do. We'll be right back. Good morning. My name is Katie Miglin. This is Joshua Stamper, and we are here for your Teach Better Today morning show, where we go live every morning on all of your social media platforms. And we're so glad you're here to start your day with us. Josh, how are you?
I can't take you seriously right now.
My coffee kicked in, finally. Finally this morning it's kicked in.
Yeah, the caffeine is rolling through your body, and it shows.
Thank you.
I'm doing great. I mean, any morning, Katie, to hang out with you is a good morning, and I know that we always kid that they're gonna take us off the air together, but that hasn't happened yet. So
they haven't, and either that means they're getting really desperate, or we haven't messed up too much yet.
I think maybe it's number one.
Right.
But we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah.
Tell us how we're doing, everyone, in the comment section if you want to see
Yeah.
Katie and I together again before they ban us forever.
Yes. And if you're listening on our podcast, welcome. We hear you, appreciate you, love you. But also, if you want to drop us a positive review, follow us, do all the things that podcast people do, please, we support that. We'd love that. And also drop some comments in there because we love a good comment. Like, if you want to be like, oh my gosh, Josh and Katie are my favorite, like we would gladly accept that. And
if we have to, we'll accept it.
We love, we love things like that. So
Katie, I'm so glad you talk about the podcast because, as you know, I go on walks daily with my little girl, Layla.
Yes.
And she loves being outside. So she is extremely busy. You'll probably hear her in the background at some point this morning, like always. And so for whatever reason on walks, though, she's like really chill and she's just taking in the beautiful nature here in Colorado. And I love putting on Teach Better Talk and listening to you and Ray just say the most ridiculous things ever. And I just chuckle as I walk with Layla.
Yeah, because there's sometimes we say things and we're like, ooh, hope Josh isn't listening. He's going to use this against us.
Oh, I'm listening.
Dang it.
I am definitely listening.
Friends, here's the thing is we obviously have a great team. We love our Teach Better community, love being together. But sometimes, words just don't work at this time of day. So it is what it is. So if you are a person that has listened to us, I'm grateful for you, but I apologize for any of the worthless information that we might have provided you over the last few months. Thank you for sticking with us. We hope that you have gained something out of all of it, right?
Like entertainment.
Exactly. We can all use some more positivity in this world anyway.
True that.
Okay, Josh, before we got on, we were talking about like trips, locations, blah, blah, blah. And it's like becoming the time of year where I feel like it's like I'm just going into a black hole because it's winter, not my favorite. The sun never comes out, like me being dramatic. But then I started like daydreaming about destinations. And I want to know, do you have like bucket list destinations, places that like you really hope to go to some point in your lifetime?
100%.
Okay, yes. Ready?
So,
could you name like 3? Could you name 2?
Oh yeah, I could go a long list. I mean, just name your European country. I mean, like England, Ireland, Scotland. I'd love to go up there. I would love to hit Italy, mostly for the art, being able to go through that. And I'm extremely jealous because my mother and my sister just went to those locations not too long ago
They didn't
over the
take you.
summer. No,
Rude.
that's another story. I don't want to cut a vein here on air, but there was a little
Yeah.
disappointment there that it wasn't expanded into myself. But
Okay. All
I
right.
digress. But like I had the wonderful opportunity in college, my sophomore year, to go and play soccer in Sweden with our
Ooh.
team. And so we traveled for 2 weeks and played. And for those who don't understand, overseas, soccer is huge. And so specifically in Sweden, every city has their own team and they have divisions. And obviously, like the Premier League is the top division, and
Mhm.
it goes down, and there's so many divisions. And so we got to have a chance to go and travel and play different divisions and cities. And it was such a blast. And ever since I've wanted to travel Europe and just kind of explore that area. It was such a fun trip. And it was really awesome to have like posters. It was like USA versus Sweden, even though we weren't, a high level team by any means, but just a small private college traveling through. But just that experience alone, it's always been my bucket list to like go back and explore more so than I had a chance to.
Well, and like through a different lens, right? Because you were like going on a scripted trip
Yeah.
that was, more for soccer. So to be able to go as an adult and like do what you want to do essentially is different.
Yep. What about you?
I would say like my top two are Greece and Australia. I'm, big fan of like water, anything that is on water, sign me up for. But I think Greece, for similar reasons, like just the architect and like the just looking, just like the look of how it's all on a hill. But then Australia, just because it's, I don't know,
Warm.
it's warm. It's an island. I mean, do I need to keep going? But I'm also like, there's not very many places that if someone was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go on a trip. Do you want to go with?" that I would say no to.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like I would love to go to different places in Africa, like safari, all that. Like I'm pretty open to anything. There's a couple places that I'm like, nah, I don't know if I'd want to spend the money necessarily, but I have never really left like I've left the United States, but like Caribbean, which I feel like is different than leaving. Leaving. Like to go sit on a beach in Mexico feels different than like touring Europe. So if anybody has any connections and wants to send Josh and I anywhere, we are very open to traveling.
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely go speak somewhere overseas. It would
Yes.
be very simple to jump on a plane. I mean, we're
Yes.
traveling already in the United States. I mean, what's a little bit extra
Right.
travel?
Right. Exactly. And we'd be really fun to travel with. So
It's true.
yeah.
So,
Um,
talking about travel in the Caribbean,
yeah. Do we want to get into our Teach Talk and talk about some big things happening on the Teach Better team?
let's do it.
All right. Welcome back to Teach Better Today. My name is Katie Miglin, and I have the pleasure of starting my day with Joshua _Stamper. Look at that, I said it.
You said it correctly today.
I did. I'm so
So
happy.
proud of you.
Thank you. We are so happy that we get to start our day with you. Hopefully, if you are starting your day with us, you are getting ready for your day to head into the schools, you're drinking your cup of coffee, maybe driving into work, or maybe you're still laying in bed, and that's okay too. We accept all forms. If you are listening on our podcast, we love that you're joining us and appreciate you. If you want to drop us a 5-star review, we always appreciate that as well. So, Josh, we have been talking this morning about bucket list destinations, cool places we'd love to go. We have the opportunity very soonish to go to, yeah, like soonish, to go to the Caribbean as a team.
Yeah.
And we're partnering with Teach Your Heart Out
Yep.
to go on a professional development cruise, which honestly, those 3 words I never thought would be in the same sentence. But if you have not heard, Teach Better is partnering with Teach Your Heart Out to go on a cruise in the Caribbean this June/July. It's like kind of the end of June into the first couple days of July. If you have not seen it, check out social media, check out either website. We both companies have lots of stuff out there for you. But Josh, can we just talk about how like I don't know who said Josh and Katie should go on this trip, but like we totally tricked them to letting that happen, right? I
Well, I
mean,
can't believe you said that out loud, but yes, that's what happened. And to talk about bucket list item, I mean, I know I have been on a cruise, but that was like 20 years ago, and you have not been on a cruise.
I have not. You guys don't tell a lot of people, but I'm telling you all. Here's the thing. I am all for, like I said, I will say yes to most vacations, especially if we can say that we're working. Yeah, I'm happy to like do a couple sessions so that I can go on a cruise. But here's the thing, I am a little nervous because I've never like we are not cruise people for literally one reason, and that's because my daughters and I get really motion sickness, like in the car, planes, trains, automobiles, all the things. So if you are listening and you're in the chat, can you please start dropping all the tips and tricks so that I don't barf my way through the Caribbean? Because that will really put a damper on this trip.
Well, I have a feeling that drugs might be in the comment section.
Yeah, okay, here's my question though. This is what I like truly want to know from the audience. If so I grew up taking Dramamine. Like anytime we went on any trip that was longer than like 4 hours, it was like Dramamine for the whole family. But that knocks you out. So is there something else that I could take, or is like Dramamine better now than it was when I was like 10? Because I really don't want to sleep through it either.
You're older now,
I know, but
and
like
I
it's
think that
lousy, right?
oh, I don't know. I don't get motion sickness, so I am no help to you. You are the mercy at our audience right now in the comment section. So, but I'm just thinking like I don't know about you, but the older I get, the more adverse effects I have just with everything.
I know, which could go either way. Like, I could get way worse, or maybe I've, like, grown out of it. Like, I didn't used to be able to read in the car. Now I can read, like, paper books, and like, I can't read, like, digitally, but I can read, like,
Right.
paper books in the front seat only. So, like, there's little things I've graduated from. So I'm like, maybe I would be okay, or maybe not, I'll be worse. You guys, I do have a funny story. This just tells you the severity of me being sick. So literally the first time Ray and I hung out together, like you guys have heard the story how she like stumbled into my classroom, was like, "Hey,
She
I need,"
stalked you.
she did. I'm going to say she came in, but she kind of stalked me. So she came in and she was like, "I need another teacher to chaperone this group of students to go to Atlanta, Georgia. Will you go?" And I was like, "Sure." I had no kids at the time. I texted my husband quickly. "Yeah, sure, sounds great." Okay. So Ray and I barely knew each other. Also, I was very early pregnant. Actually, no, I think we had one kid, but I was very early pregnant when we were going on this trip, and I was already very nauseous. But like being new to our friendship, I didn't want Ray to like deal with me being like crabby and nauseous all the time. And then I also had not flown in like 10 plus years. So I was very nervous. I was going to get sick on the plane in front of these students and Ray. So I talked to my doctor and I'm like, what can I take that will help? Because I'm like nauseous already, but also now motion sickness. So she gave me these patches, which if you have ever had these motion sickness patches, please give me your feedback in the comments. But you put them behind your ear like 12 hours before your flight. Well, we had like the first flight out. So I put it on like after dinner the night before and slept fine. Get up at like 4 in the morning to go to the airport with students and Ray Hewert. And I had never had the patches, never thought to try it before the day of, and I could not stand up straight. I like literally was in the shower and the shower was sideways. And so I got out and I called like woke up my husband and I was like, I don't know what to do, but I can't drive myself to the airport because these are literally making me like so dizzy. And so I had to like rip it off. I had to like wash my like behind my ears. I was like freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna be like drunk essentially with these kids on this plane. And who knows if I'm gonna end up barfing. So long story short, I was able to like get it out of my system enough. I was fine. I didn't get sick. Obviously, Ray didn't judge me because we're still friends. But that is like my fear of like, what if I'm on this cruise and I'm like a hot mess? Would you still be friends with me, Joshua Stamper?
Well, I will. I don't know about Ray. And I think there was judgment. She just didn't say it out loud.
Probably. That's probably true. But
So I
yes,
need to bring extra patches. That's what you're telling me.
yes, please. Or no, I don't know. The warning sign said it
Just
shouldn't
the
have done that.
entertainment value alone.
But yes, if you have any tips and tricks for that, please drop it in the chat. But obviously, we are super excited to be partnering not only with Teach Your Heart Out,
Yep.
but also just to be there with tons of educators. It's if you have not had a chance to look at any of the information, it's going to be such an epic couple like days. We're in Tampa for like a mini conference. It's kind of like a 1 day on land. So a lot of our team will be joining us for that. And then some of us will be like just going on the cruise itself, all kinds of different sessions, the things that we love to talk about. We're excited to bring our passion to the cruise, but also like, if you look at the lineup, it's like, there's lots of hangout time. And so like the networking, like Josh, let's talk about how like a year ago we networked in Ohio and now we're going to be networking on the beach in the Caribbean.
We're definitely going in the right direction.
Right? Like, yeah, sign me up.
Which makes me wonder, like, for those who are watching right now, I want you to throw in a comment, like, what was the most fun conference that you have been at that
Yeah.
both was like providing information that you felt was valuable, but at the same time you had like a really fun time networking, meeting folks, because I felt like the Teach Better conferences in the past have been that way. And I think that's
Yeah.
why it's been so much fun. So now transport us to a boat in a very nice environment. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited about the possibilities there.
I am too. And okay, I know we're still like a ways away from it, but honestly, we have not as a team seen each other in person very
It's
much.
true.
And so a lot of I know we talk about how we travel all the time, but a lot of our travel is by ourselves, which we don't always necessarily talk about.
Yep.
Every once in a while we get lucky and get to like go to something together, but just the fact that we're going to have our Teach Better community, our team, all of that in like a same space, and it's like going to be sunny and warm and wonderful. It's going to be awesome.
And you're a fan of water, so there's lots of that.
Such a fan of water. I just hope I'm not barfing in it. But yeah, like tell us what's your favorite part of conferencing? Obviously, we've shared like networking is a big part, but like is there a session that you like still stands out in your mind? Any of those things we'd love to hear, whether it's today in the comments or just like as we kind of continue to plan this, because we are super pumped to bring our team to that cruise. We hope lots of you will be able to join. I was just talking to an educator this weekend and she was like, I really want to go. Maybe I'll ask for it for my Christmas present from my family. And so, start having those conversations with your admin team, your families, whoever needs to help kind of foot that bill. But if we can help in any way, please reach out and let us know because we'd love to see lots of your faces there. But as we're kind of planning, if you think of anything that would be super fun for one of us presenters to do, we would love to hear some ideas from you so that we can make the most of it. So, Josh, I'm so pumped about it.
Yeah. Well, I know right now you need the positivity and knowing that something's on the horizon since it's going to get colder. Not to bum you out, but snow is on its way.
No, it's not. Stop it.
It's so close. I can't wait.
You guys, I just don't like snow. I just don't. All I want for
You get
Christmas.
to sled. You get to build
yes,
snowmen.
yes, fine. One
You
day.
get to shovel and drive in it.
One day.
You
All
just
right.
want it for the holidays.
That's right. Yeah, give it to me for like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Let's move on. But all right, friends. Well, we are so grateful that you joined us today. We hope that you get a chance to check out the Teach Your Heart Out /Teach Better website, kind of learn some more about the cruise. Hopefully we get to see you there. If you need anything, any questions, help writing grants or asking for letters for Edmund, whatever we can do to help so that you can get on that cruise, we would love to see you there. And also don't forget to DM me with some tips and tricks on how I can not be sick the whole cruise. But we are grateful for you. We appreciate you. And we hope you have a great day. We'll see you next time.
Hey, Teach Better community. Thank you so much for joining the Teach Better Today morning show every single weekday at 7 a.m. Eastern. We have so many resources for you outside of this live stream at teachbetter.com, including blogs, podcasts, and professional development that will bring our team to your school. Wherever you are listening from this morning, please make sure you are sharing and celebrating the incredible educators in this world. And hey, if you are listening over on a podcast to Teach Better Talk, we would love a 5-star review. The comments are always so entertaining. We'll see you tomorrow.